Well, German-Iranian woman fighting to free her father from the Islamic Republic's death row for nearly 2 years now. Gazelle Sharmahd fears that her father, Jamshad Sharmahd, is due to be executed imminently by the regime. He's been in solitary confinement in Iran for more than 900 days and was taken there by force after the Islamic Republic kidnapped him from Dubai, targeting him for his outspoken views. Let's bring in that daughter now, Gazelle Sharmahd. She's the daughter of that man who is on death row in the Islamic Republic. Thank you so much for being with us. Let's first discuss how you found out the news about your father around 2 years ago. Walk us through that series of events.
Yes, thank you for having me. I was working as a nurse in the pandemic at that time in our hospital in the COVID ICU. I was 5 months pregnant, and I thought the worst thing that can happen to me at this moment is that I get COVID and I lose my child. But worse things happened than that. I saw the news in the online on a YouTube video that was a part of the video that the Islamic regime published, where I see that my dad, who was traveling from Germany to Mumbai, was kidnapped. They show him blindfolded with a swollen face. He's forced to confessions, and from there, they're taking him to Iran. And that's where he's been, as you said, more than 936 days in complete solitary confinement and isolation, tortured. They have knocked out his teeth. He has lost so much weight. He does not get medical attention. Nobody even knows where he is. So at this point right now, we still don't know which prison they're holding him in. So this kidnapping is an ongoing kidnapping where nobody still knows where my dad is and if he is even alive.
You have said that you have no choice but to keep fighting for his freedom. Walk us through what kind of avenues for help you've turned to in order to better assist in this fight for freedom.
My dad has been an outspoken proponent of human rights. He has fought for 16 years. He had a website, a radio station where he gave his voice to the people of Iran. And even when they tried to assassinate him on U.S. soil in 2009, he did not step back. He didn't let fear stop him. So that's what I learned from my dad. We have to speak up and we have to be strong. And the avenues that I've tried are everything that we normal people can do. I started my Twitter account the moment we found out he was kidnapped. I came off social media. I tried to target any news station to get the voice out that this regime does not only kill its own people in their own country, they are not afraid to pick us up anywhere where we are when we're loud enough, when we're critical enough. And unfortunately, my voice didn't reach anywhere until the revolution started 4 months ago, and all eyes went on Iran. And since then, I feel I have more support because everybody can see, all of the world can see that they're killing their own people and they're lying about it on TV, and how important outlets are outside of Iran, where people can right now through Twitter and social media, where people from inside Iran can bring out the truth that the regime doesn't want and that they're trying to hide by turning off the internet.
Well, Iran Human Rights is estimating that your father is one of 107 people currently facing the death penalty in Iran. Do you believe that international pressure could perhaps help free him, as he is a German national as well? What do you think?
I shouldn't have to ask for international pressure. I mean, our governments that we elect, that it's their responsibility to protect us from terrorists, to protect us from kidnapping, from torture, from sham trials, from sham courts, from isolation, from absolute state murder. It's not even execution; it's state murder. They're supposed to do that by themselves, but unfortunately they don't. Unfortunately, they haven't done anything up until this day, when Germany, my dad is a German citizen and a U.S. national, Germany finally kicked out 2 diplomats in their responses. This is the first time they're doing something. So yes, I absolutely need the international community and this pressure, because obviously we still need to save human lives with hashtags and our phones, while our governments are busy dealing with the kidnappers and murderers of our people. And right right now, tomorrow, that's exactly 1 week after a German citizen received a death sentence based on fabricated charges in Iran, they are inviting the foreign minister of this terror regime to Geneva to speak at the Human Rights Council about the protection and upholding of human rights. I mean, this is so grotesque. I don't even know what to say about it. They have taken away every single human right of my dad. They have kidnapped him. They've broken international law. They've broken their own laws by not allowing him to have a lawyer even in their sham trials. They're breaking every law, and we can see that what they're doing to their own people in Iran and to our people outside. And they're inviting him there to speak about human rights. I mean, I obviously need the international community to be angry about that and to show our governments this is not right. What are you doing? How can you do that and neglect your own people?
Gazelle, I want to bring in Camelia Entekhabifard. I'm aware that you two know each other. Camelia, you've been hearing this powerful statement given by Gazelle. What's your take?
Please first allow me to send my greetings to you, dear your viewers, and love and compassion to Gazelle. I couldn't hear her. And Gazelle, our heart goes with you. And we interviewed Gazelle a couple of times for the Independent Persian. She knows my colleagues. And we cannot do enough to save her father. What I can say is just prayers and more international community pressure to save her precious father and many other prisoners were wrongfully and with injustice has been imprisoned. Some of them has been hanged. And we cannot do enough to save her father. As I can speak of myself, and the newspaper Independent Persian, there is not a day we're not speaking about her father. And even myself, I came back from a regional trip in the region, the same place her father has been kidnapped. And I expressed myself to the other member of the Middle Eastern countries, there is a time to come and condemn and show their solidarity with the Iranians against of such an act against of Iranian people and humanity. Gazelle June, we have a strong feeling that with the God cautious and all the good prayers with the whole nation sending to you and your family, your father would be safe at these very, very crucial times.
I want to ask you both now what your thoughts are on the revolution that has been facing Iran since September 16th. What kind of changes you as women are you hoping to see within the Islamic Republic itself since September 16th when Mahsa Amini was brutally killed by the country's morality police? What do you think should be done within the country itself? Gazelle, I'll start with you.
What should be done within the countries? The people inside the country have shown us we don't have to tell them what they have to do. They know exactly what to do. They are willing to risk their lives. They're going and facing guns and bullets there. And this revolution has actually started 44 years ago. This is an ongoing movement, and every year it becomes stronger and stronger. And finally, we are at that point. We are at that tipping point where the whole world is finally supporting the Iranian people in their struggle that has been going on for 4 decades, and everybody looked away. So they show this bravery. It's back and forth, this wonderful dance between the Iranian diaspora outside and the people inside, how we're supporting each other. And I have to say that it's not a coincidence that my father received his death sentence right now, the weekend before they were kicked out of the Munich Security Conference for the first time in 4 decades. And activists had been invited. In Brussels, we had 40,000 people in Brussels. The week before, we had 100,000 people here in Los Angeles. People are getting together. People are mobilizing. Iranian diaspora is so strong and united that scares the regime. And in order to deflect, because I've been a very outspoken proponent of this movement, my dad worked towards this for years, and he would be so happy if he knew that this was going on. So in order to deflect, in order to tell us to be quiet, or this can happen to us, the activists are outside. They brought up this horrific death sentence at this time to tell the people outside, be careful what you're doing. If you're too loud, if you say something that we don't know, we can pick you up anywhere in the world. We can take you there. We can hang you from a crane. And it doesn't matter which nationality or which passport you have. Nobody can help you. And that's a big scare tactic. And I'm glad that we're all not scared, but we're fighting even stronger. When they put pressure, we put pressure back, and that's a very good movement that I see.
Camelia, we've got about 30 seconds left. Talk us through your thoughts on the women taking to the streets in Iran, demanding change there.
So I believe that this is a revolution of men and women. I'm not singularizing to say just the women. We are all together and united. And the number of the men has been killed or in prison at this revolution is greater than the number of the women. And I would like to also to emphasize the fact here, most of these activists, most of these people were looking for changes. They are constitutional monarchies. Here, Gazelle can say better than myself, than her father was one of these greatest advocate for these changes. And most of those people has been hanged or has been kept in prison, or their life is in threat in Iran. They are the people who are looking for the constitutional monarchies to be replaced with the Islamic Republic. And this is the most greatest dangers for this system.
Camelia and Gazelle, both incredible points of view. Thank you both so much.